Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? Robin here, and in today's video, we're going to talk about what's going on in Canada right now, and I'm going to give you guys some tips and just some suggestions and some help for people who are struggling in Canada right now, especially if you might have lost your job or your income has drastically been reduced with everything going on right now with the coronavirus. So if you guys have been watching the news lately, and you should be watching news, you probably noticed that a lot has been going on in Canada as of lately. The whole country has pretty much been shut down, and as a result of that, a lot of people are facing things like losing jobs or losing wages and stuff like that. In this video, I'm going to give you guys some tips on what I think is the best thing to do for anybody who's whether you're going through that or you might be going that for the future, and just people who like how to prepare for things that are going to happen over the next little while. So first of all, let's talk about people who have suffered. Let's say you've lost your job because you can't work because of this coronavirus thing. Now, there's a lot of options for you, and I strongly urge you guys to watch the news on a regular basis, because every single morning on YouTube, go to cbcnews.com. They're streaming this stuff where the government is basically talking about all the different programs they're going to do. So as I do this video, a lot of things could probably change in the future. So I'm just going to kind of like mention you guys some things that I know for now, but make sure you watch it every day and pay attention. And also, you might want to check out the personal finance Reddit forum on Reddit. It's a good community and a good way to see all the news and different things and all the different options for everybody who's going through some struggles right now. So definitely check that out if you guys aren't already a member. So first thing I'm going to talk about is the options that you can do. Now, if you recently lost your job or if you lost any hours and it's related to the coronavirus, normally you would go on EI. Now the government has made it so that it's easier to get EI, and nobody really knows. I'm sure there's a lot going on, but they've reduced the period of which time you can get your payments and stuff. So once again, I'm not in this position myself, so I'm not 100% sure, but there are a lot of options for you guys to do. And they also introduced a new program. So like if you normally wouldn't qualify for EI because you haven't worked at a job long enough, but you've been laid off or you've lost your job or whatever it might be, the government actually giving out funding to people. Now, once again, we're not 100% sure. They did announce the other day that they're going to be scheduling to do as much as $82 billion. But again, like, things could change really quickly. But the biggest thing that you guys want to do, and the most important thing you guys want to do, is apply for EI, because we don't know. It could be a couple days. We don't know how things are going to go. Things could change really quickly. They could get worse, which I do assume they are going to be. So it's important to get that kind of process going. And even if you guys don't think you can apply for EI or you won't qualify, do it anyways, because it's going to make a big difference. And even if it might just be a couple extra $100 a month kind of thing, it'll make a big difference. The other thing you want to do, and this is really important for everybody, is you want to get your personal finance in check, guys. Now, with everything happening, we're probably going to be heading into a recession going into 2020, or at least the greater part of 2020 towards the end. So one of the biggest things you can do and the biggest ways you can prepare is to work on your personal finance. You know, if you can cut out anything you don't need in your budget, it's going to get you ahead. For example, anybody who really worked on personal finance for the past year or two, which includes myself, going into this whole epidemic and this pandemic kind of thing, we're pretty prepared. It sucks, obviously, but if you can get your personal finance in check, the people who've done this ahead of time are going to be in a much easier position than people who haven't. But if you haven't kind of gotten your personal finances in check, that's okay, because there's still time to do it. It's just going to be a little bit harder. And the people who do it now are going to be much better positioned than the people who wait a couple months and then it gets worse. So get your personal finances in check. It's the number one priority, as apart from maybe applying for EI. So when I talk about personal finance, you might kind of ask, okay, what does that mean? Well, it basically means reducing your budget as much as you possibly can, especially right now. Even if it's just for the next couple months to see how things go, I highly recommend you guys kind of cut a bare bone budget. Cut your budget as much as possible. Cut out anything you don't need. Cut out anything that's what you want to do is make a budget. And I'm going to be doing a video pretty soon that's going to talk about how to step by step go through a budget and set it up. But basically, in a nutshell, what you want to do is you want to kind of write down, look at your bank statements, look at everything you spent money on in the past maybe 2 or 3 months, write it all down, and then go through everything that you don't need, you absolutely don't need, and get rid of it. And then just keep the stuff you need, like your monthly bills and your food and stuff like that. But you really got to look at this stuff and be like, you know what, do I really need this? And the people who cut right now, and you're really, you cut as much as possible, you're going to be ahead going into this, and it's going to prepare you for the worst that's probably going to come over the next couple months. Because guys, honestly, if everything's shut down right now, going into the future, a lot of places are going to, be cutting hours. A lot of places, the businesses that are temporarily closed right now, probably aren't going to open. Like, nobody really knows, and I'm not going to sound like, the world's going to end, and it's not. We're going to rebound, we're going to get better, but it's going to get worse before it gets better. So you got to be prepared for that. So making a budget and cutting out anything that you don't need is going to be your number one priority. And I will be making a video about that that's going to go step by step very shortly. In regards to people who are having trouble finding a job, one tip I'm going to give you guys is, a lot of you guys might not know, but I've worked in retail for the past 10 years. I work part-time right now. I work about 2 to 3 days a week, and then I work from home to supplement my income. And I like my little setup I have going on. I have a job that if I want the hours, I can have it. But, working part-time 2 to 3 days a week is pretty sweet. It gets me out of the house, it makes me a little bit of income, and it's a good opportunity. Now, right now, ironically enough, working in retail is one of the best jobs you can do, because it's one of the only jobs that's actually open. And if you guys have lost your job, here's the thing. Retailers everywhere, especially grocery stores, they're in desperate need of employees because of everything that's going on. So even if you just apply to any place, apply to your grocery store, apply to, even if it's just to work there for a couple months while this whole thing kind of blows over and you need the money, it's going to make a difference, guys. Like, even if you just work, like I said, for a month or two, I know it sucks. I know for a lot of people, it's going to be taking a pay cut, but that combined with maybe your EI might be enough to kind of pull you together. And if you get your personal finances in check, it might not be that bad. Like, it might be a lot easier than what you guys think, but you need to go out there, you need to apply, because there's going to be a lot of people applying for jobs. But grocery stores and stuff like that, even if it's just like temporary work, is something you guys can do. So I highly recommend you guys look into that if you're needing a job, because my experience, I've worked like part-time in the past like week or two, and it's nuts, guys. Like, if you guys have been to a grocery store, like, look at the shelves, it's crazy. So those kind of jobs are hiring people like crazy, and you can just get on temporary just to make a little bit of money, while you kind of build up that emergency fund and get that budget going and just kind of make sense of everything. So I highly recommend you guys look out for those jobs, and do it now before everybody else does, because right now, like, there's a lot of people without work, and the quicker you guys jump on this, the easier it is going to be for you guys to get a job in the future and kind of like just keep everything stable. Now, I know I talk about investing a lot in this channel, and I haven't really talked about in this video, because the number one reason is because I don't think investing is really important right now. I think for a lot of Canadians, what we need to do is we need to get our budget in check. We need to make sure like, we're not going into the negative. Like, that's number one priority for a lot of people. And if, like, the stock market is obviously down, and it's down a lot. Everything's down right now. Now, if the stock market went down and everybody still had their jobs, I would be like, yeah, invest your money. But the problem is, with people losing their jobs, investing is not a smart thing to do right now, especially if you're not sure of the future. And here's the thing, guys, if you guys do have a job right now, I would be very cautious and be very careful, because in the future, who knows? We don't know what's going to happen. You might lose your job, especially once things rebound. Businesses are probably going to cut hours. You might lose your job, or you might have reduced pay or something like that. So be prepared for it right now. Head on over to the Personal Finance Forum on Reddit, do some reading, grab some books and stuff like that. If you guys aren't familiar, now is the time to educate yourself on personal finance, and I will be doing more personal finance videos on this channel, because I think that is the number one important thing right now. And maybe if you do have a little bit of cash left over, you can throw a little bit of into investments, and I'm going to keep doing that myself, because my income has not changed yet, fortunately. I'm fortunate for that, but I don't know in the future. Who knows? Nobody really knows what's going on, but I am prepared for that, So build up that emergency fund if you guys can, and maybe if you have a little bit of cash left over, you can invest. But for right now, work on your personal finance. Get that budget in check, reduce your expenses, and just kind of prepare yourself for the future, and get that peace of mind going, because a lot of people are freaking out right now, and I don't blame them. But honestly, guys, you kind of need to take financial responsibility right now. And I know it's going to be hard, but we're all here for you guys, and we're here to support each other together. So if you guys have any questions or anything like that, or if you're not too sure, you're freaking out kind of thing, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section of this video. We're here for you guys. We're here to help out. And if you guys want more of these videos, and you guys want more updates and stuff like that, and you want more tips on personal finance, be sure to subscribe to the channel and smash that like button, because it really helps this channel and this video do well on YouTube. So hope this video helped you guys out. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Take care, guys. Stay strong, and I'll see you guys in the next video.